Guess who's back? Back again. Bougie's back. Tell a friend. What's up, guys? I am back. This is my first video back on YouTube. I am literally going to try to be consistent. I know I say that so many times, but the last year was a struggle for me. I went through a lot of stuff, and I'll probably do another video maybe covering that. If you guys want, let me know in the comments below. But anyway, this is it. This is me. I'm back. I'm so excited to be back. I'm excited to share looks with you guys and a whole bunch of other stuff. I have so many things planned, and I'm just super excited. I know I've already said that, but I am. I'm really excited, and I really appreciate every one of you guys and your support and your love, and whether it's on here, Instagram, like really means a lot to me. That really keeps me going. So thank you so much. And today's look is going to be this look that I did for my Wolf and Sage photo shoot. I usually do a more neutral look when I do photo shoot because I don't want to take away from what I'm shooting. So I usually go for a more neutral palette or something like that, because if I don't, I mean, I guess it depends on what you're shooting, but I do a lot of e-commerce kind of photo shoots. So when I do that, or I do any kind of modeling, I like to keep it simple. The photographer does not like crazy stuff. He normally doesn't even like lashes, but I feel like because these are individual, it's a lot easier to get away with. So this is the look that I came up with. I hope that you guys enjoy this video, and let's get into it. Let's go. To start off, we're going to prep our skin, and I'm going to use pretty much all of my favorite products in this video, and products that I basically use every day. So that's probably why they're my favorite. But the first product I'm going to go in with is this Belief eye cream, and I just love this stuff. I don't know why. I think it just really does hydrate underneath my eye, and I feel like it's really hard to find something that actually does its job. So I'm just going to put this underneath my eye and just rub that in. And then next I'm going to go in with this moisturizer. This is a rose moisturizer, and it smells phenomenal. And it's from Pixie. I love anything Pixie because it's just like so girly, so cute and girly. So I'm just going to just put this all over my skin. I did already wash my face this morning, so I do have a little bit of product on, but I like my skin to be like really hydrated. So, and then I'm gonna bring it down to my neck. Sometimes I'll even rub it on my ears because I feel like my ears can be dry. I mean, it's just lotion, so it doesn't really matter where you put it. Okay, next we're gonna go in with a brow pencil. I'm gonna start with my brows, and I'm gonna go ahead and do them off camera just because it literally takes me like 20 minutes to do my eyebrows. I know it sounds so ridiculous, but it does. But the product I am going to use is this NYX Professional Makeup Brow Pencil. And this is in the shade Brunette, which is actually kind of light for me. So I'm going to do that color. And then I'm also going to go in with my BH Cosmetics Pro Palette. And I'm going to go in with a little bit of a darker color. So be right back, and don't miss me. So my brows are done. This color was definitely not a match for me. The pencil was actually picking up kind of like a red tone, so I put a little bit of brown over it, and they still look crazy. So I'm like, whatever, I'm just gonna go with it. But I already put concealer on my eyes, and I already put powder on my eyes, but I did want to tell you guys about this little trick. So once you put the powder on your eyes, make sure to like lightly go over the brow, because this will help set your brow, and it will kind of like tone it down a little bit. For me, I like need some major toning down, but we're just going to go with it for filming purposes because it just takes way too damn long for me to do my brows. So that's that. All right, next we're moving on to the eyes, and we are going in with the color Soft Brown by MAC, which is one of my favorite colors. I think it's such a great transition color, but also a great color to wear alone. It just leaves a really beautiful wash on your eyes. So I'm going to use a fluffy brush. This brush is a Morphe brush. This is the R33 brush. And basically, I'm not going to be very precise. I'm just going to be doing circles on the outer part of my eye. And then I'm going to move the product towards the inner part of my eye. And I'm just going to do that motion consistently until I have pretty much less product on my brush. And then I'm going to brush up into the brow. And then I just went in with more product and I'm just going to do the same thing. Okay, next we're gonna go in with Brown Down, also by MAC. And I just have an angled brush. And I'm just going to lightly press this product on the outer corner of my eye. It doesn't have to be an angled brush. This is just what I'm using right now. It's just what I prefer. And then once I've placed the product onto my eye, I'm just gonna go back in with the same brush I used earlier and just buff that out. And I'm gonna go in one more time, and I'm literally just gonna go as close as possible to the lash line. And then back in with my brush and just blend it out. You don't want this to be like a harsh line. Basically just want like a little bit of a darkness on the corner. Okay, next we're gonna clean up, and I'm just going to use a makeup wipe. I use the ones from Costco. And I'm just going to clean up under my eye, and then I'm going to just make a quick line from the inner corner of my eye to my temple. Next, I'm going to go in with my foundation. I actually have it on the back of my hand here. I have two different colors that I mixed because I don't really have a color that matches me right now, and I just feel like I have so much product, I need to just use what I have. So I mixed the NARS foundation with the Makeup Forever HD foundation. Makeup Forever HD is legit my favorite foundation ever. The reason I'm mixing is because that one's a little too dark for me right now, so I'm mixing a little bit of the NARS because that's just what I have. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place this product on the center of my face like this. And then on my chin. And then just a tiny bit on my forehead. Don't want like too much, just because if you don't get Botox and you have lines on your forehead, a lot of makeup gets stuck in the creases and makes you look older, or you can just see the lines and it's just not attractive. So try to avoid that. Anything left over, I'm just kind of dragging wherever. Okay, with a damp sponge, you're gonna go ahead and blend everything out. This is actually one of my favorite sponges that I just got. Let me try to see. It's the e.l.f. sponge. Okay, this sponge is literally like $5 and it's amazing. I've used the Real Techniques. I've used Beauty Blender, and they're all great sponges, but for the price, this is an amazing sponge. So I'm going to start off by first blending my foundation close to my face here, and then I'm going to move the product to the rest of my face. And we're going to be doing this for a minute. Like, we're going to blend for a while. I will blend this out until it looks basically like my skin. It doesn't look like I have any kind of makeup on. I feel like this takes most of the time besides doing your brows. So just make sure to take time with this because this is a very important step. It's the foundation of your makeup, and that is what's going to make everything look seamless and really nice. Okay, I think this is good for now. Next, I'm going with my concealer, and I'm using the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer in the shade Sand Beige. And because I have little lines under my eyes, naturally I try not to put a lot of product under there. I like to make like a line. Oh, I really messed that one up. Okay, let's just. I usually use a brush for this. I don't know what I'm thinking right now, but so basically I like to just do these little lines and bring the product down. Okay, so I put the product there, and then with my concealer brush, I like to go right where I wiped and make that line again. And this will give such a clean look on your eyeshadow. And then kind of just drag the product down so it's easier to blend once you have your beauty blender. Once you have all your concealer set in place, you can go ahead and start to blend all that out. I like to start on the nose because if I don't, it'll leave like a harsh line. And then I make my way around the bottom of my eye. The last part I'm going to do is underneath my eye, just because, like I said, I don't want a lot of product underneath my eye. And then I like this sponge because it has like a flat area. So I like to go right really close to that line to kind of blend that out with this little flat area. And whatever product I have left over, I will go directly underneath my eye. So I know these lines look super crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my synthetic brush. This is a MAC 252 brush. It is like a little bit fluffier. So I'm just going to gently buff out this line so it's not so harsh. Okay, now that we concealed our under eyes, we're going to add powder. And I'm going to use this powder here. This is the Ben Nye Luxury Powder in the shade Cameo. Has a little bit of pink undertone. This will help with any darkness under my eye. So what I'm going to do is just pat this into my under eye. And basically we're just setting our concealer. Okay, and next we're going to add more powder. We're going to go back in with the same powder and we're actually going to bake now. This is going to help your under eye concealer last all day. Everything will look so good if you are doing it like a photo shoot or you're filming, anything like that. This setting situation will make everything look flawless. So I'm also going to go ahead and put this a little bit on my forehead just to like kind of highlight. And then a little bit on the chin because that gets oily pretty quick. And next we're going to go in with a loose setting powder for our face. And this is going to be in an actual like shade color. This is the Derma Blend loose powder, and this is in the shade Cool Beige. And then I'm going to like go ahead and put this on the cap, just a little bit like that. Okay, and now I'm going to use this fluffy puff. This is from MAC. You can literally get them on Amazon anywhere, but it's just like a little fluffy guy. And I'm just going to pick up the product like so. And then I'm going to rub it together so all the product is distributed equally in the puff. And then once I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and just press this on the parts that does not have any of the baking. And we're basically just setting our foundation to make sure everything is nice and set so we can go over and start doing the contouring and bronzing. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and go in with bronzer. Next, I'm going to go in with bronzer, and this is the Too Faced bronzer. Let me see which one it is, in case you guys want to know. Sweetheart's bronzer. I actually like this because it's like a two-tone. I don't know, the shade is really nice. And then I'm using this brush by Morphe, an M530. And I'm literally just going to tap it a couple of times. And then I'm going to use the back of my hand and I'm going to tap a couple of times as well to make sure there's no product that's going to be falling out. And lightly, with the lightest hand ever, just doing circles on my forehead, basically creating like a C, and then bringing it down to the side of my brow, to the mid of my brow, and just very, very lightly. I'm just doing shading basically to make it look like I'm tan in those areas. Then again, I'm gonna pick up more product, tap it on the back of my hand, light hand when I'm putting this on. Basically, you're feathering it on. You don't want to use any hard pressure. You want to do it as light as possible. You can see the difference. I'm already starting to look a little bit more bronzed. And I also like to kind of blend this into my hairline, just because my hairline's kind of light and I don't want it to look like I'm wearing a mask. Very lightly, again, we're going to do circular motions. I did use a little bit too much product here. You can just see right there. So I'm actually not going to add any more product, and I'm going to use this on the other side. Again, with the lightest hand ever. We're literally just blending this product. I'm going to bring the rest of the product down and kind of just put it on the like back of the neck right here to kind of get that nice jawline. And then underneath, and then just like circular motions. You don't want it to be just like a line, so just blend everything out. And next we're gonna go with blush. I'm gonna use this shade here. This is Copper Tone by MAC. I'm just going to swirl it in there a couple of times. And then again, on the back of my hand, I'm just going to tap. And then with the light hand as well, just going to add this to my cheeks. And then with a clean brush, I'm going to wipe away my chin and the forehead area. Whatever I have left over on the brush, I'm just going to run it over my nose, over my brows, my chin, and then just swiping it one more time to make sure everything's blended. And then going back in with my clean brush and just gonna swipe away any of the excess powder here. Once again, I'm gonna grab my puff. I'm not gonna add any more product, but I'm just going to go over my entire face, over the nose, because that part, I feel like makeup comes off very easy, in the forehead. Next, we're gonna do a very light contour to the nose. And I'm just going to use this brush. This is the Luxie 209 large shader brush, and very lightly just going to add this product. And then once it's added, obviously this is like very dramatic. I'm gonna go back in with my sponge and I'm just going to buff it out. Almost forgot to set my brows. I'm gonna use the Gimme Brow brow gel in the shade 3. And I'm just going to grab the tip and run it through my hairs just to kind of set them where I want them. Once I've done that, I can actually go in with the full spoolie and really brush them out. Just made my eyebrows way more dramatic than they needed to be, but like I said, we're going with it YOLO. Next, we're gonna do the eyeshadow under our eyes. I'm gonna use this brush by MAC, and it's a 217 brush. It's a fluffy brush, but not like too fluffy. So I'm gonna go in with the soft brown and lightly just set that under my eye. Next, I'm going to go in with this pencil brush by MAC. It is a 217 brush. Oh, no, 210, sorry. This is a 210 brush. I'm going to just get brown down, and I'm going to put it as close as possible to my lash line. Now I'm going to use my eyelash curler, and I'm going to make sure that these lashes are super curled. So I'm just going to pump this a couple of times. Now we're going to go in with mascara. This mascara is by CoverGirl Exhibitionist. Say what? Exhibitionist. Wow. Next, we're going to go in with this CoverGirl mascara. And for some reason, whenever, even if I curl my lashes, it doesn't matter. If I put mascara on, they just seem to fall. So I'm going to put a light coat of mascara on, and then I'm going to re-curl my lashes. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and let these dry for just a minute, and once they're done drying, I'll actually go in and curl them, and then we'll move on to the next step. I went ahead and zoomed in for this part just because I feel like you guys need to see this a little bit closer. I'm gonna go ahead and put individual lashes on. I'm using the Elegant Lashes. This is what they look like. And I am going to use some duo glue and just start to stick them on. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye off camera just because this literally takes time. Okay, so lashes are on. I'm just letting them dry. I've already added my bottom mascara. My favorite mascara for bottom lashes is this Hank & Henry little duo, but look at this brush. This brush is like super thin. I'm obsessed with it. But once my lashes dry, I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of mascara to make everything look a little bit more seamless and to kind of fill in the sparse areas as well. The weather's so weird today. It got so dark within 10 minutes of me filming, so the lighting might be a little different, and I apologize for that. I'm trying to keep it as consistent as possible, but for some reason it just got like really gloomy out of nowhere. I'm gonna use this lip color that I got in my BoxyCharm. It's called Steve Laurent, and this shade is so beautiful. Let me show you guys. Looks like that. It's kind of like a brown but rosy color. I think it's really, really pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips. And next I'm going to go in with this pigmented lip gloss. This is by Alamar Cosmetics. Sorry if I butchered that. In the shade Dulce. And I really love this color. It's such a beautiful nude. But I'm just going to use like a tiny bit. and mix it because it is pretty pigmented and it's super glossy, and I feel like I just don't know how to wear glosses sometimes. Okay, and last but not least, I'm gonna go ahead and spray myself with some Fix Plus. I'm gonna cover my eyes and spray my forehead, and then I'm gonna cover my eyes and spray the bottom half. And that is it. This is my makeup look that I did for my photo shoot with Wolf and Sage. And this is pretty much my go-to makeup look for a more neutral colored eye. And I actually love it. I feel like it's not too much, and it really just opens my eyes, the lashes, and a little bit of the dark brown on the corners of my eye. This is literally the look that I absolutely love right now, and I'm going to be wearing probably for a while, just because when I like something, I like to stick to it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully it was informative for you. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to follow me if you guys are not following me already. And thank you guys again. Love you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.